Hello everyone, welcome back to Skillify. Today we'll be covering another tab in our series, that is your page layout tab. So page layout tab is all about how you want to represent your pages to be, what are the themes available in Excel. So it's actually not very important one. The reason is basically we think like Excel is all about formula and all. But when you have to present your sheets, when you have to present dashboards and you have to take some printouts and all. So in that scenario, we have to adjust the page layout. Okay. So the very first thing in this row is first you have to open the page layout tab. If is there any case you don't have the page layout tab on your screen, so it will be available in the backend. In my previous videos, I have shared it or in the introductory part how you can just get all these tabs on your screen. Okay, so just do check that video. Okay, let's start. The very first thing I have is the theme. Okay, so if you click on this drop down, you'll see the only difference would be visible in these headings. Okay, the type of the font type and all. Okay, so I'm just hovering my cursor on this and you'll be able to see that. Yes, this is the difference in these themes. Okay, if I click on it, any of these themes that will get applied to my Excel sheet. Okay, and if you don't like any of these themes and if you have specific condition or requirements, you can just go with browse for themes, or you have any theme which you want to save for like kind of default and all, so you can just save it. Okay, so just scroll it down and just try out different themes. Okay, now this is the elaboration of the theme part, which are the colors available in the themes. So that is basically the your color palette, different color combinations, color palettes. So very first is like in the office one, I have it will be a combination of black, white, green, orange, this blue part, sky blue, indigo, and this parrot green kind of thing. So combination of that. Let's say I want to customize the theme. I want to customize the color of my theme. So again, we have the option. I told you whenever you see the drop down, click on this drop down, because in the end of that drop down, you'll be having some option for customizing that area. So if I click on customize color, that window will be there, a small pop-up. So now you see in it has some elaboration about the text, how it will look like. So it is the sample over here. So let's say I want to change the color of my text and just look at this area. So let's say I want to make it sky blue. So it is visible, it get converted in this section, that this is the way how it will look like. Okay, now I want to change the text background to, let's say, to the black. Now this one is gone again because I have merged it with the background. So again we can just change it to the white. It will be visible in the text background or something. I can just make it color yellow, orange, some other things. Okay, this way actually. So you can just do it. Now let's see, after doing customization, you can give it your name also. And in the end of this customization, you don't like the customization, you will feel like, okay, no, it's not something which I've been just thinking about. So you can just reset it. Okay, so it will just go back to the default setting and just click on save, and there is no change, there is no loss. That's all. The second thing is the font. Different fonts you can select. You have these options. So let's say you don't want to select the different fonts in between, right? So you are just in putting some headings, you are giving some different text and all. In that scenario, there is no need to put specific font, right? Specific type of font. You are changing the font type in between multiple times, so you can just go with the theme, so it will be more beneficial. Now if you want to put some effects, so it will show you like how exactly these things will be visible. These effects will be visible when you will be working on your themes. Now, if I move to the next group, that is your page setup. So what this is the page actually. So how your sheet will look like. If you're not able to understand that what a page setup will be, so you can just assume it like you are printing a sheet. So it will be your, it can be your A4 size paper. It can be some other size of paper also. So we can just have them. Now, the very first thing is margin, and there are some specific criterias for that also. So we have a default settings of all these options. So it can be margin, orientation, size, print area, and anything. These all have some uh, default settings, right? So if I click on this drop down in the margin area, It will show you the what is the values we use when I'm saying that I have put a normal margin, right? So from the top it will be 1.91, from the bottom it will be 1.91 again, and from the left and right similar. Now understand, first of all, if you don't know what margin is, so margin is nothing but the when you are printing your data on a page, so you have to left some area, okay, on the side, so that if you are printing something on your sheet, so it will not cut down, you will not lose your data or something, so it will get printed properly. That is the margin actually, okay. So the normal margin has these values. If you want to take it for wide, it will not reflect right now because I'm not printing my sheets. So narrow if you want. So we can just change these settings. Okay. Now orientation is how you want your sheet to be represent, portrait or to the landscape. So landscape, again, this will be represented when you'll be using the your printer actually. Right now, sizes, if you click on it, it will show you right now. Letter size is there. Now we have the A4 size when you have to print your sheet. Usually we use this A4 size. You want to print out your sheet on this one. So you have a lot of sizes available, again based on your requirement. Now print area. Next option, set print area. If you want to set up a specific print area, like on the this area of the page, I want to print out my content. That thing we can do from here. Now page break is there. If you want to insert a page break, let's say you have 10 tables on one sheet, right? On this particular sheet, I have 10 tables, and then I want to put the page break after one and after. Let's say my manager says I want two table on a page, on a single page. I just want two table. Rest I want on the other pages, and I have enrolled or I have inserted all those 10 table in one sheet. So what I'll do, I can do a simple, just put the page breaks. So it will just get separated for the different pages. Okay. Now for the background, if I want to insert anything like usually it take two time, right now it's showing bad request. Okay, no problem. So the background of your sheet, if you want to put anything in the background of your sheet before printing and also, we can do that. Now scale to fit is automatic is the best thing. If you want to do it like one page is there, if you want to adjust the two pages in that particular area, again it's all relatable to the printing section. So what you want to keep as height, as width, as scale and all, so that thing you can do. Now very important part, when you are while printing, you want to view the grid lines or not, so you can just remove the grid lines. You can see that that same thing to remove this grid line is not something which is available for your complete sheet, right? So if I insert the next sheet, now this green lines are available because I have applied that thing in the draw tab, which tab I just want to, the sheet I want to print out or something. So that part is there. So I can just click on this view. If I want to print it, I can just do that. Headings, if I want to view or print, I can just do that. Now this arrange is important. If you have inserted some things, some elements, different on your sheets, and you want to bring them forward or bring them backward, that part actually works when you put a lot of timelines and all, right? So if you have inserted one timeline over the other one, you are not able to select any element. So in that condition, you have to see is the arrangement is okay or not. The arrangement on a page is okay or not. So for that, you can just go with checkout. Like, do you have to bring something forward or you have to send it to the back side so that you will able to make the selection. Okay. Now the selection pane is very easy way to do something. If you have inserted multiple items over here in this section, let me just do that for you. So let's put some shapes over here. That thing get added to the selection pane. If you see that, if I go to the page layout section, I have opened the selection pane that is over here. The name is rectangle. Let me just do it. Let me just insert some 2 to 3 different shapes and all. So now you see that all these things are getting added into the selection pane. Okay. Now to make some changes into these, first I can just go to the page layout. I have the selection pane. Let's say I want to change the movement and all. Let me just do this thing over here, right? And now this rectangle is behind it. Now I want to just select the rectangle. If I want to check out is there something behind it or not, if I just drag it, I can see that there is a rectangle behind it. But let's say I want to keep that rectangle above this arrow. What I can do is simple. I can just select that particular triangle, and I have these option as bring forward. I will click on bring forward. Now you can see that this is on front of your arrow, right? I can just change the color for you. Yes, now you can see that it is above that, right? These things we can do. Over here we have the selection pane. I can just change their order this way. So again, see that rectangle is now behind. Now if I take it back over here, so now this is on the top. This is the way actually this area works. Now if you want to align these things, for example, let's say I have this over here, and let me just take it back. Let me just align them here and there, right? So this is here and this thing is here. Now what I want is simple. I want to align them along with a line or something. So if to align them, just go with this align area, click on drop down, so it will show. Now first thing, to align them, you need to select them. I have told you how to select multiple item. Click on it, press the shift key, select the other item, basically this one, then shift key, then this one, then this one, then this one. Now I want to align them. I will click on group. These options are available. I want them to be aligned, let's say horizontally. Now see what happened exactly. The center point get aligned. That is, this is the way how exactly it works. If I want to align them something else, let's say align top. Now you see there is a line which is on the top. So with that they are aligned. So again, these are the requirement based conditions. If you are presenting a report and all, in that if you are you have added some elements, you are using timelines and all, so in that scenario you might need to put all these things in alignment, your shapes and all in alignment. So that part you can just handle from the page layout section. Okay, so now these groups, to grouping two things and all, or you want to rotate them on an angle, if I click on it, I can just rotate it, right? Rotate 90 degree, rotate left, flip vertically, flip horizontally. This way you can just work on it. So that's all about the page layout section. It's all about how you want things to be on your page and all. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.